Hello guys, well this is going to be a quick household plumbing hack. I've had this little nightmare spigot on the side of my house for several years, been causing me trouble, and each year in the winter I've kind of patched it up and hobbled it along, right? And anyway, it's summer now and it's time to fix it right, and I came up with a genius little temporary fix for an emergency situation. So let me show you what I'm doing. So it was a few winters ago when the first incident happened, and let me show you what I got going on here. This was my culprit. I had this old water spigot sitting right here on the side of my porch, and it never worked. This was built back in the 40s, and one season it got a little pinhole in it. So for a couple of years I just kept putting that epoxy Bondo putty on that little pinhole, and then putting tape, that elastic silicone tape, whatever, around it, and it kind of held that. But I knew one day I'd need to fix this right. Well, this winter that thing burst wide open in the middle of winter, so now I got to do this in the snow. And my first fix was just to cut it off and plug it somehow. So I went ahead and cut it off, but I couldn't figure out how to plug it. And after a bunch of trips to Home Depot and whatever, I went to an automotive store and ended up getting this radiator hose, whatchamadoodle. Obviously, I put a clamp ring on there, and what I did to get me by is I just bent it down like that, and I put wire ties on there to hold that shut. And that got me through the winter. I could turn my water pressure back on. But now it's summer and it was starting to leak pretty bad. So I thought, well, now I've got to do the real thing. But I've dug down in there and encountered that thing. Have no idea what that is. And this goes down in about 4 feet. So I think I'm going to spend all day digging that thing up. So I got to figure out a way to get my water pressure back on. And that little hose ain't holding anymore. And since I don't know if I'm going to get this dug up to replace that pipe or not, he finally recommended an expansion plug, a rubber stopper that will go down in my pipe there. And what's that called? Expansion plug. So I'm going to take that pipe off, stick this in there, and that should let me turn my water pressure back on while I get this whole thing dug up. Oh man. Oh. Got the water hose pipe thing off. Here is your little expansion plug. And the way it works, you twist that thing on top and that rubber grommet spreads out and caps that thing. So we're just going to drop this right down. You have to get the right size. There it is. I'm just going to twist that screw until it's tight. There it is. Now I can go back out to the street, turn my water back on, and the house can have water while I spend the next 6 hours digging that up. I thought that was a brilliant little emergency fix for you guys. It takes a lot of ingenuity to figure out some little hack like that, and I thought that was a cool one, so I wanted to share it with you. Hope you guys are doing awesome. We'll see you on the next hike.